Hi, this is Soul Gazer. So today I got another Curry 7. I was at finish line and they just happened to have this colorway. And I don't think they had any leak information on this colorway yet. So I was surprised that they were sitting at my local finish line. And this is the colorway that I found. It looks like another colorway for Davison, but instead it's a way color with black base and hint of red. And when I purchased this, I got size 11.5, which is half a size bigger than my original colorway. And before I get into the review, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well as liking the video. All the support are appreciated. So the upper has multiple layers to it. The most bottom one will be this mesh right here. And this mesh itself is different layers too. There's like the surface mesh and there's something underneath. So there's no holes. This mesh doesn't have much of a stretch and they're also protected with a reinforcement tape around the toe box as well as the lace loop area. This is to make sure that it doesn't stretch and it stays in shape. And for this part, so your toe doesn't poke out. The profile is pretty low, but it's not as low as Curry 4. Curry 4, it was very narrow. But this guy, it has a little bit more curve to it, so even if you have thick feet, the toe box will accommodate your feet shape. And then on top of that, it has this layer, so you can see through the mesh layer of this one. This is also fused on together, I believe, or maybe just stitched on together, but this is a separate layer. This piece right here goes throughout the back and to the other side right here and ends on this part. From the toe to toe box area all the way to the heel part is one piece of fabric on the surface. And this one has like a satin type of feel, a little bit glossy. Whereas the other one, it was like a transparent fabric. And this part is pretty stiff too because it has multiple layers to it. 1 and 2, and probably a lining too. Here's the Curry logo. I believe this red is printed on or painted on. I don't think this is the color of the actual material. And on the back, here's the loop. And they have this emblem on the first one too. Not really sure what they are on it. On the inner side, so the satin is still showing on this side too, and it goes throughout to this inner side of the toe box. And for the lace loop, they have suede, and it goes to the heel and comes out to the other side. And to the tongue and throat, this fabric right here, this piece, turns into the tongue, and there's perforation, and you can see another layer of fabric underneath, which is in red. So this piece right here and this piece is just together. And the fabric right here, they are pretty stiff. They're not that soft, probably because of this fabric. This material, whatever this is, they're pretty stiff fabric. so it gives a lot of support. I personally don't like this part sticking out this high because when I'm wearing it, this part kind of bothers me. Same thing with the heel too. It's a little too high, and because they're so stiff, it does bother me a little bit. So this is the cushion that Under Armour use. Their brand new version of cushion, hover cushion. For some reason, it's always covered in the mesh for Curry models. It has a netting on it, and maybe because of this keeping the shape too much, I don't feel that much cushion. Even with the past models, they don't feel that comfortable. I do feel the cushion a little bit, but definitely not as much as, let's say, Boost or React. I'm sure Curry didn't want that much cushion on the feet, but I hardly feel any difference between the old Curry model and the newer Curry model's comfort level. It feels a touch better, but it could be just my feet rather than the actual difference in technology. And before Hover came into Curry model, it was Micro G. This is like their lightweight, thin cushion that Curry 1, 2, and 3 had, probably in my Curry 4 too. But this is supposed to be a lighter weight cushion compared to like the traditional cushion. And they stacked it up together. And Micro G is in perforated shape. And honestly, I've been wearing Curry 7 for a little while now. I have not felt that much difference in cushion for having both technology in here. And the accent plate, I don't know what they're called, but this plate is in bright red. And I just noticed I forgot what the symbol was for, but I believe this is something that Curry has on his arm. He got tattooed in this shape. I believe this is a tattoo that Curry has. I think in his wrist, like inner side of his wrist or something. I remember seeing this, but I forgot what it means. So that's there. And this plate, I'm not sure how much work it's doing. And the outer side, as you can see, I wore this already. Same pattern. Some of the past Curry model actually had different pattern for depending on the colorway, so they didn't do that. And for the first time, there's a lot of cutout on the outer side rather than the inside. In the past, like Curry 5, they had a big cutout right here on the inner side, and this side was just flat, just connected right here. But this year, they cut this side, and there's a little angle slope right here, which I like better because I feel a lot more stable than the past Curry model was this. I believe Curry 6 has a little cutout here too, and I was not feeling that comfortable in it. But this one, as far as balance goes, when you're on your feet, this is a lot better than some of the other models. And as I mentioned earlier, I got different size. On this model, I got size 11. And I was complaining how tight it was. I could have changed the size, but I already wore them, so it was a little too late when I realized this was just too tight. It was tight around here, and also this part. I actually had to try taking the lace out and see if that will be better. And it was definitely better, but I was still not as comfortable. I got size 11.5 on this one, and the width is a lot better right here. And even the toe area, it doesn't feel that much longer than size 11. So for this model, I think I'll be sticking with 11.5. And as you can see, I still have my last lace. Ever since I got this one, I have not worn this one, the first color, just because they don't fit as well, and I personally like black better, so I could wear it with pretty much anything. This will be a lot easier to clean compared to this mesh right here. This guy right here, this mesh, once it gets dirty, it's gonna be a nightmare trying to clean this up. But for this guy right here, I really like this colorway. Now that I sized up to my true size, I think this is a lot more comfortable. I think on the first video I was mentioning how uncomfortable it was, and that was probably because it was a little too small. And but just be careful when you pick them up. If you have a wide feet, you might want to do half a size up from your regular sizes. And also, when you're looking at the shoes on the shelf at like Foot Locker or Champ Sports, they will not look like that once you start wearing them, because when they are putting on display, a lot of times the tongue part is like all the way down, so it looks a lot flat. But when you actually wear them, this tongue part, it sits a lot higher, and it looks a lot better on feet than on the shelf. Let me know if you found this at your local store. I have not seen this at any of the other store or online, so maybe this is a little bit more of a limited edition. So let me know if you did find it or if you can't find them. Anyways, that's it for today. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as well as liking the video. And more jersey reviews are coming as well, so please hang on. Talk to you next time.